GCSE Higher Practice Paper 5B from mathstutor.biz and mathsdvds.co.uk. This video clip is going to be looking at question 17 from this paper 5B, which is a calculated paper. It's one of the set of papers that you can get from mathstutor.biz and mathsdvds.co.uk. So if you want this copy, well, not this particular copy, but I'll print another one. If you want a copy of this paper and the DVD that explains it, then you'll need to visit one of the two websites and purchase your own copy. GCSE Higher Practice Paper 5B, question number 17, the last question on this paper and the last question on this set of practice papers. The angle of elevation of the top of the tower from A is 41 degrees. The angle of elevation of the top of the tower from B is 28 degrees. The distance from A to B is 80 meters. Find the height of the tower. Now we've got no distances. This is a right angled triangle here, this one, and we've only got 41, and we want to find this distance here. It would be nice if we knew either that or that. This is the way you think this question through. I've got to find the height of the tower. The height of the tower is in this right angled triangle. But the only thing we know about this right angled triangle, other than the right angle, is that that's 41. I need to know either that side or that side to be able to find the height. That's your thinking through. So I actually need to find this side. So let's look at this triangle in here. Let's put a letter there. Now remember that it's your exam paper, you can write anything on it you like. So if you want to include another letter, put it on there. So I want to find AT. Now this side is actually opposite this angle here. So maybe we can use the sine rule. For the sine rule I need an angle and the side that's opposite, and I've sorted, well, I haven't got that, but that's what I want to find. I've got this side here is 80, so actually I need this angle in here. That will be my angle and side opposite. There's the angle, there's the side opposite. So the first thing I have to do is find that angle there. Okay, there's two ways of doing this. I could subtract that away from 180 and get that, and then add those two together and take the away from 100 and get that. Should I say that again? I could subtract 41 away from 180 to get that angle in there, add those two together and then subtract that result from 180. Or I can do this piece of information. Angle external angle of triangle equals sum of the interior opposite angles. Now that's not a circle theorem, that's an ordinary angle theorem. The external angle of triangle is the sum of the interior opposite. In other words, that 41 equals those two added together. So let's write that down. 41 degrees equals 28 degrees plus angle ATB. So ATB equals 41 minus 28. Calculator paper, might as well use the calculator so I don't slip up on this silly little bit of arithmetic, which is what sometimes can happen when you've been hurting your brain thinking hard. Right, now can we use this sine formula to find this side here? I'm trying to find AT. See how useful it is to put that letter in there? So we've got AT over the angle, the sine of the angle that's opposite, equals AB, which is 80, over the sine of the angle which is opposite. So AT equals that divided by that multiplied by that. Okay. 80 divided by the sine of, is it in degree mode? 13 multiplied by sine of 28. 166.95421 meters. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. So we can look at this triangle now. So it would be useful if this had a letter, so we'll call that C. Tell the examiner what you're thinking. In triangle TCA. So I suppose over here I should have put in triangle TAB. You should really tell the examiner quite precisely what you're doing. In triangle TCA, this is now a right angled triangle. I'm trying to find TC, which is the height of the tower. That's the opposite, that's the hypotenuse. So I need the formula that uses opposite and hypotenuse, and that's sine. So sine of 41 equals the opposite over the hypotenuse, which is what I've got here. AT, TA, same thing. So therefore, multiplying both sides by TA, I get that TA, or AT, multiplied by the sine of 41 equals TC, which is actually the height of the tower. So this answer is still in the window of my calculator, quite handy. So if I do answer multiplied by the sine of 41, I'll get 109.5353 blah blah, and we'll do that as 110 to the nearest three signum figures, I think. Right, well that was quite a demanding question. Demanding not only to answer it, but to make it clear to the examiner your train of thought. A mark for working out that angle. It didn't ask you for the reason, but you should put it down. So that's that bit there. And then we'll have a couple of marks for using the sine rule, and then a couple of marks here for using the simple sine rule, simple trig ratio, and then working out the height of the tower. That does seem a bit ungenerous, 5 marks for that hard question. I must have given some easier marks earlier on that I shouldn't have done, but there you go. Well, that's the end of that paper and the end of these practice papers. May I suggest you work through as many past papers as you can, as well as practice papers. The more papers you do, the more prepared you will be for the final exam, and good luck to you in that.